I'm sitting in a conference room watching our team roll out a brand new system. The project had taken months to plan, gather requirements, and now it was time to implement. Now, this technology was powerful, strong. The leadership was excited about it, and everyone believed that this would make work easier. But after 2 weeks, something strange happened. The numbers hit, and I mean they hit. Our net income looked like we were bleeding money. One asset's revenue dropped $20,000, and the utility income went down nearly 25%. My phone was ringing nonstop. My emails were piling up. Leadership was asking questions, and I swear to you, I thought my monitor was yelling at me. And I must admit, my anxiety was at an all-time high because this wasn't just happening to one property. It wasn't happening to a group. This was impacting the entire company. So naturally, the question came up. Marcus, what's wrong with the system? Then I got a call from a VP. Hello, this is Marcus. Ooh, Marcus, so glad you answered the phone. Hey, I am having a hard time with my utility expense, AP expense column. Can you assist me with this? The gaps are just wider than ever. I'm getting questions that I can't answer. Can we get on the call and talk about it? Sure, let me set up a call and we'll go down the line and look at it. So we got on a virtual call and we went through the lines. And to my surprise, there was nothing wrong. Everything tied out. The numbers match. So I said, hey, let's call a vendor. Let's see if the integration was working. Maybe we didn't get something. So we called the vendor. And the vendor said, everything looks good. All the data came over. However, we are missing a few invoices than we normally get. Boom. That's when it hit me. Right then and there, I knew as we continued to dig deeper, we saw that the site team forgot to send over several invoices. And right then, that's where the entire story changed. The new process that we had established, no one was fully following them. People were skipping critical steps in order just to check a box, make sure it was done, regardless of the outcome. Some people had went back to their old habits and old processes. Others were even writing down activity on paper, meaning the information didn't even get in the system. And right then and there, I knew this wasn't a technology issue. It wasn't a system issue. We were out of rhythm. Because navigating change is like creating a hit song. When the rhythm is right, everything flows. The instruments complement one another, and the musicians commit to a shared harmony. But when one thing is off, the whole thing just sounds like noise. And some of you right now are in that position, trying to stay in rhythm with change that keeps on changing. New tools, new experiences, new ideas. Change is happening constantly. So this is not a question of whether or not change is going to happen. The question is, will you be able to move with it when it does? Now here's the problem. Most believe that people struggle with change, but I see it differently. People aren't struggling because change is happening. People are struggling because they're out of sync with the rhythm of change. Hear me out. Our minds, our brains are built for routines, processes, habits. They make life predictable. Familiar patterns that we establish, well, that gives us a sense of control. So when you inject change into the picture, oh my gosh, uncertainty just pops out of us. And it starts asking questions like, am I going to be able to survive in this new environment? How is this going to impact me? How long will I be able to stay in this position? Why are they trying to take my position away? And as that uncertainty grows, organizations start to focus on the most visible part of change, technology. But technology alone does not create transformation. People do. And when people feel confused, unsupported, and disconnected from the purpose of change, even the strongest system will struggle. So I don't think people resist change. They resist the unknown. They resist fear. They resist having to navigate uncertainty alone. And the hardest part is being in a space where you don't fully understand where you're going, but you're expected to get there anyway. See, change, people don't fear change or resist change because they're afraid of growth. They resist change because they're afraid of losing control of what they already know. The song of life does not need your permission to change its tune. It's going to change it anyway, regardless if you accept it or not. And if you resist, it's not going to stop. You'll just fall further out of sync. And in that moment, we all, whether we know it or not, we all make a decision. We either choose to evolve, we either choose to endure, or we choose to eject. Now, let me talk about this enduring thing first. Enduring is like having one foot in the door, one foot out, only grasping minimal concepts just to get through it. Check a box, get it over, regardless of the outcome. Now, evolving, that's different. Evolving requires a pause, a realign, adapting to the movement of the changes and issues that are going on around you. Evolving doesn't mean that you lose control. Evolving means that you're learning how to move differently. Now let's talk about ejecting. Now ejecting, well, that means stepping away from the change, disengaging, quitting, or walking away. And it happens more often than we can admit. Sometimes it's the right move to make, but often it happens because we stayed out of sync for too long. And in my experience, change does not transform organization. It transforms people. And how we react to that dictates who we become. And the organizations and the people that manage change well, they know one thing. Change is not random. Change is a system. So you're probably asking, Marcus, if I get out of sync, how do we get back in sync? How do I get my rhythm back? Well, resilient organizations and people understand that it takes 3 actions to harmonize 3 elements of life and business. Follow me here, pen and paper. Number 1, create an environment for the people to thrive in. Number 2, align your processes to achieve your objective. And number 3, ramp up by leveraging technology to amplify your results. Look at it. Let me give you an example. Imagine a band. You have your people. They're like your musicians. They bring the energy. Hey, they bring the relationships. They bring the mindset that dictate how the environment is going to work. The processes, well, that's the rhythm. They bring the habits, the structure, the patterns that guide how teams are going to get things done. And your technology, well, that's the mixing board. That helps you amplify clarity and capability, not create confusion. But say, for instance, the drummer is playing one beat, hey, and the guitar is playing another on another rhythm, and the singer hasn't even started yet and is waiting to come in either on the one or the two. I don't care how good the instruments sound, you're just going to end up with a bunch of noise. And that's where a lot of our companies are today. They have all this great technology, but the processes are unclear. Or they have the processes that are there, but the people feel unsupported. Or the people are ready, but the tools slow them down. It doesn't matter. The rhythm is going to break down, and all you're going to end up with is a bunch of unmanaged chaos. But when you orchestrate the balance between the people, your processes, and technology, and sync them and bring that harmony, you just don't you don't have to endure the change anymore. You create the ability to evolve through it. Resilience is something that is misunderstood. We tend to think resilience means pushing through difficulty. But in a world that is constantly evolving, resilience looks different. Resilience means our ability to adapt, to adjust your rhythm when the music changes. And when people, process, and technology move together, organizations don't just survive change, they grow because of it. And that's where real progress happens. Not from resisting change, but by learning how to move with it. The song of life will keep changing. New tools will appear. New expectations will emerge. New challenges will arrive. We don't get to stop the music, but we do get to decide how we respond to it. Because when we learn to harmonize the mix between our people, our processes, and technology, we stop fighting the rhythm and we start moving it. That day, when the numbers hit and my phone wouldn't stop ringing, I had a choice. I could either endure it, I could either eject from it, or find the rhythm again. We found the rhythm, and everything changed. Not the system, not the technology, us. We were able to embrace the change and support each other through it. Life isn't waiting for you to catch up. It's already playing. The question is, will you endure the change? Will you eject? Or will you find the rhythm and learn to evolve with it? Thank you.